Matt Bradley goes 70% from the field for San Diego State to defeat Troy 60-55. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slasher U. I'm your host, Christian Rao, here with my co-host, Steve Feck, and we're going to break down number 22, San Diego State defeating Troy 60-55. I feel like we've talked about Troy a few times this week because they've played some pretty decent competition, and this week they just missed against the Aztec, losing by 5 in this game. San Diego State looked good for the most part in this game. I think there are some concerns as well, something we can address here, Steve. But overall, what was your thoughts of this game?
I have to echo. I mean, I was impressed with how Troy played. Now, again, Troy, as a rule, traditionally going back decades, they're a run and gun style team. They consciously made a decision to play a smothering, annoying mosquito blowing, buzzing around your face kind of defensive game. And I think, and that kept this game pretty close. Again, Bradley, as you mentioned, had a really, really big deal. They were down by 6 points at the half, but they started to take control. And then certainly in the last couple of minutes, the kid by the name of Damian Trammell really sealed the deal. He had a really nice drive to the basket. He had a steal, sunk a couple of free throws. He helped kind of put it away for there. But I mean, for San Diego State, they got challenged. They met the challenge. That's good for them going forward. I think they've had a very good season so far. I don't know that they've been as great as I think many of us. I mean, I had them kind of in the great category as opposed to very good, certainly in the preseason. But I mean, I don't think there's anything for them to be bummed about with this win. A big thing in this game, they sunk 12 of 13 free throws.
Yes, that is definitely one of the plus sides for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and it's in their conference. I mean, they're going to try to foul them as much as they can late and force them to beat them. And so far, they've shot pretty well, from the free throw line. There's a kid that came off the bench for Troy, and my guess is he's not going to be coming off the bench much longer. And that's Amar Muhammad. He's a game changer.
Yeah.
And we've seen him in a couple of games, again, keep coming off the bench. He had 21 points, and really, if he hadn't had some foul issues at a point, he probably would have played more minutes than he actually did.
Right.
But, there was a great quote from the Aztec, head coach Brian Dutcher. He admitted that his team had no answers for Muhammad. And the quote was, he creates space and shoots it. Whether we had a guard on him or a big on him, you weren't going to do anything about it. I mean, that's how impressive he was when he was on the court. So if he really gets regular playing time and stays consistent, you got to think that Troy's going to be trouble in the Sun Belt.
I think Muhammad has right now, he's sitting as the Sun Belt Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, he's fourth on the team in scoring. He's leading the team in assists, actually, even though he's not a starting guard. He's coming off the bench as a guard. I agree with you. I think there might be some changing of the guard, if you will, with Muhammad moving up in the lineup, or they keep it the way that it is. Maybe that's something that they like, having him come in with a fresh set of legs and doing what he does. Maybe that works for him. However, I do like what Muhammad does in this play. Moving back here to San Diego State here, you talked about the free throws, outstanding, almost 93% from the line. That's great. The two things that I am super concerned about that need to get fixed before they get to Mountain West play, because the Mountain West is looking a lot better than we thought it was. I mean, currently right now, San Diego State is 7-2. There is 3 teams that are still undefeated in the Mountain West: UNLV, New Mexico, and Utah State. Okay, so San Diego State, I think, is technically in 5th right now in the Mountain West. So something that's crazy just to even think about. Now, obviously, when we get the conference play, it all shake out. Things will look different. But in this game, there's 2 things that really concerned me. One, their 3-point shooting was dreadful. They shot 18%, 4 for 22. That's got to get fixed up. That is a reason why that they kind of kept Troy hanging on in this game. The second one, and this one was for both teams, but I'm going to lean towards San Diego State here because they are that powerhouse team we think that they should be moving forward, and they are our favorites, both of our favorites, to win the Mountain West. They had 17 turnovers against Troy. Now, Troy also had 17 turnovers. There's 34 turnovers in this game combined, which is absolutely dreadful to watch. Unless you like watching steals, then you got 16 of them between the two teams. But 17 turnovers for San Diego State, that's got to get fixed. You got to at least cut that in half moving forward into Mountain West play. At least cut that in half, Steve.
Well, yeah, but again, I think that's a nod to the level of defensive pressure that Troy applied in this game. And again, it's not that they play. It's not like they play Olay defense where they just kind of like a bullfighter, kind of like flip the cape and let the person go past them. I mean, they play both ends of the floor, but in this game, I mean, they were intense. You talked about 3-point shooting. There weren't a whole lot of uncontested opportunities at the perimeter, for that. And they really weren't letting San Diego State penetrate in the paint a whole lot. I mean, later in the game, it became easier. I think Troy just wore down. But really, some of those stats you cited are a testament to the kind of defense that Troy played. And it's the kind of defense that many teams in the Mountain West, and I'm looking at New Mexico specifically, but there's other teams that play that kind of smothering kind of defense, especially at home. So I wonder if that's going to cause some hiccups and some continued problems once Mountain West Conference play starts.
New Year's Eve Mountain West play is in deep already for the Aztecs. They play currently undefeated UNLV on New Year's Eve. So what a way to ring in the new year if they can get a head start in the Mountain West. Looking forward to that game. Let us know your thoughts about this game between San Diego State and Troy in the comments below. Hit like and subscribe while you're there. Do you like the Aztecs still? Are they your favorite in the Mountain West, like for us and Steve and I? Let us know in the comments below. And thank you for watching SlasherU.